Last March, after 20 years of advocacy by black farmers, Congress passed one of the most sweeping AIDS programs for disadvantaged farmers in the nation's history. As part of the president's pandemic stimulus bill, black farmers were set to receive $4 billion in federal funds after years of being marginalized. But now, nearly a year later, black farmers have still not seen a dime of those funds, which are being held up by lawsuits filed by white farmers, arguing that the bill actually racially discriminates against them. According to a new report, In the Hill, fourth-generation farmer and president of the National Black Farmers Association, John Boyd Jr., says he's not going to go away, and he's calling on the White House to follow through on a meeting he says he was supposed to have with President Biden, but has yet to take place. And joining me now to discuss is National Black Farmers founder and president, John Boyd Jr. So, Mr. Boyd, tell me about the latest on your talks and interactions with the White House and the Agriculture Secretary.
Well, so far, last year we spoke about this after the 4th of July break on your show, where I spoke to then President Biden at the White House during the 4th of July celebrations, who committed to having a sit-down meeting with me at the White House to discuss the failed payments to black farmers, the $4 billion in debt relief to black farmers. And so far, that meeting has not transpired. And I'm calling on the president now on your show to have a formal meeting during the month of February, where all of these crises that are affecting black farmers, the $5 billion of debt relief that we didn't get, PepsiCo just announced that they wouldn't provide any contracts to black farmers, and we announced a boycott against them. The NFL halftime show, we're boycotting them as well. They're sponsored by PepsiCo. And these are the real issues that are facing black farmers. We can't get the contracts. We can't get access to credit at USDA. We can't get the $4 billion that I spent 30 years lobbying for in Congress, where white farmers are now suing us in 12 different complaints. And the court injunctions that's held up in Florida and Texas right now, as we speak, are affecting the lives of black farmers. We're facing foreclosure. The Department of Agriculture is still sending out letters, Charles, trying to collect the monies that we're supposed to be getting debt relief on. So black America needs to wake up and really see what's happening to the plight of black farmers, the oldest occupation in history for black people in the United States.
You told The Hill that you were filing amicus briefs in different courts to fight the lawsuits by these white farmers who are arguing reverse discrimination. So what is the latest on that, and how does the timeline look? As you just said, people are getting bills on the money that they're supposed to be forgiven for. What is the timeline? How long are they going to have to continue to pay these bills?
And that's what I was speaking about with the Agriculture Secretary, Secretary Vilsack. I told him that those letters should never have went out to black farmers. It's too confusing, and now they're trying to send out another letter on top of the one that you just sent out, trying to collect on. In all reality, Charles, we should have the money. We should have the debt relief. And that's what people don't understand. White farmers don't have to go through this kind of process to get relief from the United States Department of Agriculture. But the very time we got a little bit of aid after 30 years of lobbying, white farmers quickly jumped up and said that it was reverse discrimination. Never in my 39 years of advocacy, never did I say white farmers shouldn't receive relief that they're qualified for. I've never done that. I've simply said we want the same we want the same contracts where Pepsi provides to white farmers. We want the same relief that white farmers are getting. And they were the ones that were getting the debt relief the whole time. I want to remind the viewers of that. That's what the whole issue was with debt relief. White farmers was receiving debt relief. Black farmers was receiving farm foreclosure notices in the mail, while white farmers was getting debt relief for all of these years. They got all of the money, and now we're saying we need our money, and we need it now. No more delays, no more stall tactics, and I'm going to fight this thing all the way to the Supreme Court. I'm not going to give up. I know that the odds are stacked against us, but we're going to continue to press forward. And, Charles, God is in charge here. God is in charge here. There's a motion for summary judgment coming up, I believe, in the state of Florida pretty quickly here. And we're organizing to fight against that motion as we speak right now. And we need support. We need support from Black America. Get involved with the Black Farmers Movement. We need your support, and we need it now, and we need people to get on board, get educated, and see what's really been happening to Black farmers in this country. At the turn of the century, 1 million Black farmers family strong in this country. We were tilling soil here. Today, we're down to 50,000. We own less than 4 million acres of land. Used to own 20 million acres of land.
Right.
We need your support, and we need people to start buying some land.
John Boyd, thank you as always for joining us here tonight. We are going to stay on top of this story, have you back whenever there's news here.